Hello everyone, I'm the goddess Arachne, and today we are going to be doing a deep dive reading into the karma of the person that hurt you or your enemy. And we're going to go into the next part of that at the end, and I'm going to pull some cards and ask about what is the best approach magically in the occult sense that you can do to protect yourself or send this energy back. So we're going to be looking at the karma, and we're going to be looking at where you can aim your magic at when it involves them that will actually protect you the most and hit them the hardest. So let's go ahead and get started. So for group number 1, I was looking at the image with the frog and the shoes, and I wanted to try something like, because I get my information through looking at the images sometimes before I get into the reading. Sometimes I choose the images after, but for the first one, I got these images to first before I even pulled any cards yet. So for the first group with the frogs and the statue and the face looking from inside of the house. So what I'm getting from that before even pulling anything is the person you're asking about is someone who I heard is like voyeurism, like so there's someone who's watching in the background, but there's someone who is like stalled. So they are, I also heard the enemy is inside of the house, so this could be, you could be asking about someone who's your family, someone who you live with, a sibling. So with the polished shoes, the person from in the house can see those shoes, but they don't see the person attached to it. This person could be watching for, you know that saying, waiting for the other shoe to drop, but all they're seeing is an empty pair of polished shoes next to a statue that's mossy. And the outside atmosphere tells me that you have an idea, at least subconsciously, that this person is watching you some way, shape, or form. But I just think this person is stalled. You could resonate with already doing a freezer spell or anything that stops them in their tracks. So they're stuck watching you. But before I pull any cards, just by the image alone, I'm getting that the best spells to do to them is to block their vision. Like you could do a mirror box or do something that reflects their energy back upon them. And also you need to cloak your energy. And the reason I'm not giving specific like instruction is because it is more important that what comes to you and to your intuition on what you need to do in order to make that outcome happen. You need to follow your own intuition when it comes to doing your own spell work. So anything that comes to you about stalling them, freezing them, but their energy is really heavy. And with the grass and stuff growing from the cracks, there is this energy of like them, like the cracks are showing basically. So this person is giving the energy of like hate watching, but more so like they're looking for cracks within your foundation, but they're looking behind that glass. If you look at the image, or if you're looking at the image right now, they're looking through that glass. So that could represent looking through social media too. So they could have fake accounts and things like that. So I just feel guided to tell you definitely if you have plans that you're planning on doing, or if you're, I heard, planning to go on vacation, don't post when you leave, because I'm getting like break-in energy, but not like volatile, you know. They could know where you live or like steal something of yours if they know you're not there. So I want to see what else I get from the image. So with the frogs, that could represent you're on a healing path, and they could see that you're healing through whatever glass that they're viewing you at, But this person is, with the frogs being on top of the statue that's all cracked and mossy, this is old energy that has grown moss over it and cracked over time. So this feels like someone who's been watching you for a long time. But they could be someone who tells you that they're healing and they're not toxic and things like that. But from the viewer's point of view, you can still see the cracks, and they might, like, you can see that there's something to do with healing there. Like, they've told you that they're trying to heal and not be toxic, and they really wish the best for you and stuff. So let's just get started on the karma with the cards. So I'm going to use my tarot animal deck with also I have some animal oracles mixed in, and I like to do that so I can see repeated animal images. So please, Spirit and the spirit guides of the viewer watching, tell me, what is the karma of this person? What is the karma? Interesting. We have the sun that came out, and oh my gosh. So we have the sun represented by the duck, and guess what fell out right on top of it? We have the Four of Cups being represented by the frog. And if I remember, I will add in the picture to show you. So that's really interesting for their karma. So that's really cool. And then we have Bat, the Hanged Man, which is the prophecy and facing darkness, and Insight, which is upright. So what is this person's karma? Give me one more, please. We have on the bottom of the deck the cat being represented by Page of Swords. More of that watching energy, but also landing on your feet, because, you know, the cats land on their feet. But this is their karma, so all they can do is watch you land on your feet. So we also have the fairy penguin, which is willpower, and the spider, weaver of dreams. So their karma is you seeing them for what they are, and their karma is also seeing you happy, and their karma is with the Four of Cups on top of that sideways. They know that if they try to get super close to you again, you're going to ignore that cup. And that really burns them. Like, this is giving a almost motherly energy, or a friend, or someone who's like, no, I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. Why don't you let me back into your energy? So, I mean, you are definitely fighting this person now with apathy, and you're not giving them any new opportunities to come in and get back into your energy. Also, we have some cards that fell out that I didn't even notice. So sideways is the Flamingo Two of Wands, and again, that's also about first steps and balancing. And again, sideways we have the Eight of Swords, so in the sideways position. So this person, they're in their own prison, and they could be getting a new perspective that it is their fault for whatever happened. Like, they know it is their fault, but since it's in the sideways position, it's like slowed energy. So this person is wanting to balance things, and they are definitely stuck in their head, but it's very like sludgy, muddy energy, just like how we have the frog here, like a moat or a pond, like sludgy energy with them. They're not taking any steps forward, and if they are, it's very slow, because Two of Wands, the Wands is usually a quick type of energy. It's fire, and that being sideways with the Eight of Swords as well, that's mental, stuck energy. So what they do is they just watch you. But I do want to ask, if you want to skip this part, what they did, so then the karma, I can get more insight into the karma. So what did this person do to my group one spirit guide, spirit, and the Spirit team of group 1, tell me, what did this individual or people do to my group 1s? And you can skip this part too. Ugh, I already see. So, for what they did, we have Frogmouth Secret Keeper, again with the frog energy, even though that's a bird. It's in the reversed position. So, you had confided in this person about something or your life, and they did not keep it a secret. With the Possum Opportunities card being in reverse, they either sabotaged opportunities with someone or something, or they spread gossip about stuff that you told them in confidence. And the Wheel of Fortune in reversed being on the bottom of the deck, and I didn't even realize it was upside down, so I'm going to check the other side too. So we have 10 of Wands reversed. So what this person, it seems like they came into your life either through being family or friend or partner. This person acted like they weren't trying to cause you heavy burdens, but they did, because the Wheel of Fortune also being the underneath energy of this whole reading, it says that they wanted to cause you bad luck, and they did cause you bad luck. They wanted you to be stuck in bad cycles, give you bad advice, and they wanted you to experience negative major karmic consequences that led you off your path. So the next card in the spread for what they did, we have the Alligator, Page of Cups reversed. So this card can be about insights, artistic things, and coming up for air, but this person almost wanted to keep you in that murky water and keep you from seeing their tactics. So their tactics had to do with, they attacked your emotional heart center. They tried to destroy your opportunities and likely siphon off of you in some way, or you talked about going somewhere and they tried to either take that opportunity or stop that opportunity from happening for you, and they spread your secrets, and they could have framed it as, in a way, it was your secret. So, but it seems to me like they were just spilling all of your like business to people and talking bad about you. And with the next card being the Four of Pentacles in reversed, so they definitely attacked your pentacles, and maybe you were trying to save money or make smart moves, because being upright, it is a scarcity mindset, but it's also holding on to your material gain, like if you don't have a whole lot and you're just being conscious of what you have. So they could have somehow siphoned your money or talked you into spending money, or like they could have like ruined something physical of yours, like a part of your property, or they could have ruined something that was, to you at the time, it was expensive and you wanted to hold on to it, but somehow they siphoned from your emotions and your money and your physical, what you have physically. And it could have been someone wanting to go to the bar a lot, or go out to eat a lot, or buy things and stuff like that. For the next card, we have the Oyster Catcher, and that's the concealment card. So this person the whole time concealed what they were doing, up until the point we have the Armadillo, which is marking territory, impenetrable defense, and caution. So they wanted to mark their territory on the things that was yours, take what you have, even if it wasn't even a lot, and you didn't think they would do something like that. And they wanted to get behind your defenses in some way, and again with the energy of seeing the cracks in the frog statue and in the ground. So this person was trying to see behind your defenses and see what protects you. But I want to ask why they did that. Like, why would they do that? We have the Fox Knight of Wands reversed. So And on the bottom we have 5 of Swords. So this is the winning at all costs and their pride. So you triggered within them something about their pride, but that's their problem. And this could also be someone you rejected, someone that you cut off and it made them upset. So the Knight of Wands in reverse being on top of the armadillo, it's like the way that they tried to, it's like they just don't have good confidence. And we have the koala inner journeys because they don't do the inner work like you do, but they see everything as a competition and they wanted to win at all costs against you because it would prove to them that they're good enough for whoever didn't give them enough attention when they're younger. And I know that sounds rough and mean, but like, if you're one of those people that experience something like that and you know how hard that is, then you know that they didn't have to be that way, especially if you had a similar experience to them when you were younger too. So you know what I'm talking about if you're someone who also experienced that, and maybe y'all bonded with that, and it's just the way it is. Some people will go through hard things in childhood and they grow and they do the inner work, and this person could be a direct reflection of what happens when you do not do the inner work and instead you live in that dark energy and hurt other people. So let's go ahead and get into the defense work. If you want to do the defense work, you can stay for it, but if you already have, it could be confirmation that it's definitely working. But so far what I see that you've blocked them, and somehow they can only see you through a screen or through a window, but not in a creepy way, but they definitely want to keep watching you, that's for sure. And they know they can't come back. Also, I was hearing that their karma could also have to do with how, so you know how they were taking your opportunities in some way? Well, whoever they're trying to turn against you also is using that Four of Cups energy to this person. So they're being rejected by everyone else as well as you. So they got egg on their face, and I'm feeling returned cinder energy. You just sent back what they had sent you. So let's go ahead and get into the defensive work and see what your spirit guides or spirit is going to point us towards that would be the most potent. So for my group ones, what is the most potent area of their enemy they can point their defensive work to protect them? What is the most potent area they can focus on to protect themselves from this person or people? All right, we have the ant, strength, sideways, and owl, deception, sideways. So give me one more, please. Ooh, cricket reversed. And again, the frog energy is on the bottom of the deck. And this time, instead of the armadillo, we have the porcupine. So let's put all these energies together. So you can aim it towards something that you know gives them strength and towards attacking you in some way. So that strength could come from watching you. Oh, I didn't even notice this one over here, which is the Seven of Pentacles rabbit. So that does make sense in the reverse. So I actually want to ask, what gives this person strength that the viewer needs to know? I think it's the competition that gives him the strength, and you did remove it, because at the bottom of the deck we have the King of Wands, so this could represent male validation, and we have a whole cluster of cards that fell out on top of each other. So their strength is personal power reversed, Mother Earth reversed, trickster reversed, and fear sideways. So their strength comes from lowering your own personal power to give them strength. So again, with this competition energy, this is someone who gets strength from putting people down. And this is definitely someone who has to feed their ego. And with the turtle Mother Earth reversed, this person could have a mother wound, or you could have a mother wound, or you both could. It's just, again, from what I said earlier, it's like you could have gone through something similar as this person, but you did the inner work, and you're not someone who would harm others just to raise your own personal power. So their strength relies in some type of mother wound or some type of like authority, giving bad advice, having authority, being the mother of the group, coming off as nurturing. And the next card is the dingo, is the trickster in reverse. So this person, again, is very manipulative, and the dingo trickster being in reverse, you seeing through their manipulative ways and their fake concern and prying questions is what, like, their mask needs to be the thing that is attacked. So if you are going to do a return to sender or anything like that to retaliate or protect yourself, you're going to need to have their motives become outwardly obvious to others. So I don't know how well this person masks, but you could aim your staff at the mask they wear, trying to be either nurturing or worrying about the safety of others, and backhanded compliments. So you can also protect other people by doing this from this person, because this person probably does this to a lot of other people too. And I'm sure they paint you as the bad guy from the vibes I'm getting. So the next card we have is the sideways position is fear. So you can definitely lean into this person's fear if you can dig deep into what that is. From the cards, I'm seeing that their fear is domination, because with the King of Wands being on the bottom of the deck, this person has their strength from their looks, and the way people see them, because the King of Wands is being represented by the tiger, and it is a solitary animal, and it is a strong animal. So this person gets their strength from looking strong. They get their strength from could be from their anger or like their emotions, and they could have this thing where they like to stare at people and like challenge them, because it feeds their ego, it feeds their strength. So they actually do have some fear underneath they have some fear within them, but they use others' fear to add to their strength. So importantly, this person would use that frogmouth energy secret keeper to use your trauma to manipulate you in some way. It could resonate that this could be a female in the masculine energy in the way of being aggressive, and this could also be, but I'm feeling a male energy, that likely an ex or something, or a brother, doesn't have to be, but this energy feels like they front a lot, but they're actually very insecure inside, and they use tearing people down to give them strength. So if you want to do defensive magic, definitely focus on that mask that they have to fall. And also, if you want to do purely defensive magic just for you, you need to do what I'm seeing from the cards and the Seven of Pentacles reverse, you need to do cloaking over your success. And with the owl deception sideways out and the cricket serendipity in reverse, this is telling me that you need to be cloaking what you're planning on doing, And I'm not asking you to be afraid or anything, but ask your guides to cloak your success from people who would give you the evil eye, and focus your magic on things like that so they can't see you, because they definitely try to see you, that's for sure. And with the bottom of the deck energies still being the Frog and the Four of Cups, still keep that apathy, that unbotheredness when they see you or you see them. And Porcupine is quiet ferocity, and it's storytelling and ancestral wisdom. So this could be a call to talk to your ancestors or whoever you believe in, to have this energetic boundary to where if they come close to you, they hurt themselves, like basically return to sender or anything like that. So, seeing if I get anything else. So their power seems to come from, and their strength is from being loud, obnoxious, powerful, and cocky. Probably a player, and they like attention, and they like to be doted on, and they like to drag down other people's personal power in order to lift themselves up, which is pretty sad because they're acting like the opposite of what they actually are. So that's all I'm getting for my group number ones. I hope that this was insightful and helpful. I just seen 26:26 on the clock, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And I just want to take some time to thank y'all for watching my stuff and subscribing. Let me know down below if this was helpful and who this person was, because they definitely seem very cocky and just like they come off as confident, but confident people and people who are sure of themselves don't attack people or get close to them just because they don't get close to them to tear them down if they think they're powerful already. And the fact that they did that to you is actually a sign that they seen you as more powerful than them. So they wanted to knock you down a few pegs, and I'm glad that you're keeping them out of your life. And let me know if it was helpful down below and what resonated and what didn't. And y'all stay blessed and have a good rest of your day. All right. So we're going to get started on group number 2. Before I pull any cards at all, I'm going to go ahead and look at the picture that I chose for this group and tell you exactly what I get from the image and from what comes to me. So for the people that chose group 2, I know that you are definitely someone who is deep, and you already have a well of occult knowledge and a deep spiritual system that reaches deep into the earth like the tree in the picture. And I can tell that you have a very heavy surveillance around your energetic field. And I think the person you're asking about is someone that hides in the fog because they're a coward. And there's someone who throws rocks from the fog. You can see the direction it's coming from and you know where it's coming from. But the person is too much of a coward to come out and show themselves. So you could be asking about a general question of hidden enemies, or someone you don't know who it is, but you know they're there. You can feel them there. You can feel them trying to be the fly on the wall. And let me see. You have deep ancestral connection, or at least deep connection to your spirit team. So they're watching you on all sides. All 4 points are protected. So whoever you're asking about is someone who tries to cloak themselves, and they could be throwing spiritual attacks, but you know that you already are someone who is not afraid of that sort of thing because you know you're protected on all corners. And I even heard all corners, and then I seen the 4th dimensional square, which is, I don't know if you've ever seen that picture, but there's a lot of corners on that square. So you are protected from every corner, but this is a question of where, who, why, and you want to know their karma, because if they're hidden, you may not be able to physically see their karma happening, but they are throwing smoke and mirrors. Also, this person you're asking about is definitely paranoid. They are someone who definitely throws the evil eye for sure. They're someone who is paranoid, and they are someone who they know that you're watching. And I'm getting like the dreamscape. So you have showed up in their dreams or their subconscious. The only power this person feels is trying to throw the evil eye, and then they watch you from the fog just to see if it hits. But I feel like the only thing that might happen is you might get a little frustrated, then you go work out, and then you use that energy to power it into something you enjoy. So definitely like transmutation energy, and you get energy from people throwing rocks and hiding their hands, and then so if you haven't already, but I do get the vibe y'all already do. You transmute energy whether you know it or not. And you get energy from this hatred or this negative energy coming your way. And it's like you just either you send it back to them or you use it in your own creative projects. And I'm getting the image of a cat's whisker. So you're very energetically sensitive, and you can tell in your auric field what direction it's coming from. And I'm hearing that you have the gift to see the person's face. If you don't see their face, you see their name. And if you don't do that, then you get a random notification from that person or dream about them. So this is very dreamy, Neptunian, and that kind of energy that I'm feeling from y'all. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. And I want to shuffle these really good and clear out the energy from group 1. See, this energy that I'm getting about your enemy or these people is they try to be elusive and Neptunian, but you already see in that energy. You navigate the Neptunian confusion and gaslighting energy really well. So even if they say, I'm not poking you, I don't know what you're talking about, you can literally see their finger touching your auric field. So as I was shuffling, a couple cards came out sideways, so I'm going to take them. We have whale representing judgment sideways and crab sideways. And I haven't even asked a question yet, but I want to keep those to the side. So you could be a water sign or a Cancer. You are someone, the crab has their defenses up, their shell is hard. So sideways, you're someone who has that outer shell protecting you. And you also can move easily in the deep depth waters of the ocean. And something about the tides and the moon. So you are someone who is really connected to your emotions and your intuition in the moon. So let me go ahead and ask the question. First, I want to know what their karma is, because you likely haven't seen all of their karma. So what is their karma for what they did to my group 2s? Please, Spirit and the Spirit Guides of group 2, connect with me, show me, tell me. What is the karma that group 2 may not see that is happening to their enemy or enemies or group of people they're asking about? Could be a workplace. I'm seeing like corporate or like some kind of desk workplace. So first card on the ground, we have the Emperor for their karma. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. And the other side, we have the Four of Swords. So already off the bat, their karma is affecting their authority. This could have been a boss. It could have been a husband, a father. This also could be a front. This is someone who looks from above. And again, with that tree energy and the feeling of them watching from the fog. So Eagles fly above the trees, and your image was a tree. You're someone who's very grounded, and you have your feelers into the earth, or your tentacles, or your roots, whatever you want to say. But you feel the vibrations of the earth, is what I'm trying to say. So we have the stork, the Six of Swords moving away, and that as their karma, with the Ace of Swords reversed. And right below the Six of Swords, we have the Three of Wands. So, and also with the Emperor below that, we have the White Peacock, Nine of Pentacles. So with that seeing energy, the peacock is sitting on a branch of a tree. So again, with the tree symbolism, this person definitely watches you from the fog or from above, and they see that you're getting your independence and you're expanding your empire in some way. And with the stork, the Six of Swords being above the Three of Wands, this person is actively watching you move away. And I'm getting an image of those trees, like from those films where they can, I think they had them, I forgot what movies it was, but I knew it was in some like folklore where the trees move and they like uproot themselves and they walk and they can move in the forest. So I'm getting an image of like a bird's eye point of view and seeing the trees moving. So this person is trying to see which tree is you, and maybe they were right a few times, but eventually they have to come down. Eventually they have to get water and they have to eat. So they're not always going to know where you're at what time, or what you're doing. So this person seems like this feels like X energy. So they try to keep an eye on you and they try to throw rocks and hide their hands. And with that magic or black magic I'm seeing at the same time, because we have the Ace of Swords reversed, and below that we have this cluster of cards, because I forgot that the Black Panther, Queen of Wands in reverse, had two other cards below it. So again, with that hidden energy, I'm just going to take that symbolically, and underneath that Black Panther, Nine of Wands in reverse, we have, Queen of Wands. I don't know why I said the Nine of Wands. So that must be important too, because the Nine of Wands is protecting yourself, and you're someone who you know how to protect yourself, and this is not the first battle you've been through. So they can't keep track of where you're going, but they sure as hell try. So what's hidden underneath the Ace of Swords reversed, which is above, oh my gosh, this person, that's so funny, because the Ace of Swords reversed is upright. It's usually clear vision, discernment, and it can represent communication and conquests. So this person's having trouble with communication and they don't know where to pin you down. I'm seeing that image of that meme. I don't even know where it's from, but it's of the guy who's like smoking the cigarette, and he's pointing at the board, and it has this red thread all over it, and he looks stressed as hell. So that's kind of the vibe it's giving, like stumbling over their words. As I was saying before I got tongue-tied, underneath the Queen of Wands reversed is the Hermit, which is the snow leopard. And then we have the King of Pentacles reversed. So as their karma, this feels a lot like what they try to do too. So this person has been saying that you're the Queen of Wands in reverse and you're not loyal and, blah, blah, blah. Who cares what they say? But underneath that, you're actually in Hermit energy trying to build your empire. But you are protected from all sides, and the moon has been sticking out a lot in this, as well as the trees. You could have heavy water and earth placements in your chart. And so if you're with someone new, they're trying to say that that person is broke, or that you need a man in your life to carry you ahead, which is total BS. Like, this is just a hurt masculine energy that got upset that you, or an upset energy that got upset that you took your stuff and left. Like, that's all this is. So, and their karma is, it has to do with their, it definitely has to do with the way they're talking to others, especially if all they do is lie all the time. So others are going to be like, why are you watching this person still? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, why are you talking about them after 3 years? Why are you talking about them after 4 years? Like, I'm supposed to be your new partner. Why are you still talking about this person? So there could be an issue with that here. We're going to move on to the bottom of the energy of the deck. So they are definitely struggling in general with the Ten of Wands upright and the Sloth Four of Swords upright. They're being forced to stop. So with that energy of the eagle flying above, trying to keep their eye on you, they have to stop because they're burning out. So whatever they're trying to do, whatever narrative they're trying to spin, they're getting tired and they're losing their energy. They're being drained. So that is also bringing me back to the transmutation. So y'all are already doing it, even unknowingly. You're siphoning this person's negative energy and you're using it to catapult you forward. And eventually they are going to lose the spot. Like, they're going to come back to that spot and expect you to be there, and you're not there. And if we go deeper into these cards, the karma, the deeper and bad karma that they're getting is they're not going to be able to speak clearly to others or persuade others to go against you. They're going to see that this crap that they talk about is not true. It's going to be lies. They're being seen through by the people around them. Going back to what I said about the new partner is getting like annoyed with them talking about you, and if it's not a partner, it's friends or family, and they're like, you need to move on. Like, and I think these people are pulling away from him or her. I didn't mean to say him, but and also they are, if they have future plans right now, they are being distracted by you, and it's slowing them down like heavily. And if you do not have a new partner and you know they're not talking anything about your new partner, then the King of Pentacles reverse is actually representing them, because it being right below of the Ace of Swords reversed, this is them lying about their stability when actually they are the King of Pentacles reversed right now. So they are wasting resources. They are not making grounded decisions right now. And it all has to do with their karma. So this person could be partying. This person could be going out too much, not saving money, not focusing on work, more focused on you and what you're doing, throwing you evil eye if anything good happens for you. This person's life is like on a downward spiral. They're not taking care, they're not standing on their business, they're not really focused on themselves. And you feel it. I know you do. Also, if you don't resonate with them calling you like the negative versions of the Queen of Wands, this could be the person that they're with now. So if they had cheated or had a third party, this person is in that energy with them, the Queen of Wands reversed. And they're like trying to hide it or make themselves look happy. And if that's not the case, then they are leaning heavily into the energy of the Queen of Wands reversed, like feminine, fiery, toxic energy. So this could resonate being a masculine that gossips a lot in that negative, fiery, angry energy and controlling energy. It's going to be different for different people, but, or this could represent multiple people. So I'm also getting like at least 3 people But there's one person, if you're asking about someone who is like sort of in the background, which is that King of Pentacles reversed with the Ace of Swords reversed. So some of you, this is one person with multiple different faces. And for others of you that asked about a group, this is a Emperor who is watching you become the Nine of Pentacles and get to your Ten of Pentacles. And there is some quieter energies because they're not as dominant. So if I treat each row like a person, I at least feel like there's three. But the general energy I'm getting is people that are watching you become more successful. Could be an old boss, someone who had control over you in some way in the past, watched you move away, and they are actively failing in their own life to make plans to go. Like they're waiting for some ships to come to them when it involves you, or they're trying to wait and see what kind of ships you have. But in the context of their karma, this is someone who's watching you get success without them, even though they thought that they had control over that. And with the next cluster, if we're talking about multiple people, there's this King of Pentacles energy with the Ace of Swords. So someone who talked a big game, someone who told you a bunch of lies and said they had all this money and stability, they could take care of you. And then you've seen right through that. And this person is definitely being viewed right now as exactly what they are. And they are if they were King of Pentacles upright, whatever they did, they're in the reverse now. And for the third person, if you resonate asking about a woman, for the Queen of Wands being in reverse and the Hermit together, that tells me that this could have been a rival or a woman trying to destroy you in some way, or a relationship that you have. But with the Hermit being underneath the Black Panther in the reverse, the Queen of Wands, this person is hiding in the dark that they are in the reversed. But this is the Queen of Wands reversed is very explosive, emotional, angry. So with that contrast, you seem like the kind of person you are someone who moves in the dark. Like I said, you're very elusive. So a loud opponent against an elusive opponent is they just don't win. So they definitely see you as, I heard, formidable, and you have your roots deep into the ground. So whether this is one person or multiple, you'll have to decide. But these people know that only you can control the roots on your tree, and you can pick them up and move them wherever you want. So let's go into exactly what they did, just so, because I feel multiple energies from this pile, or from this group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 3 cards. It could represent one person or 3 different energies, because I'm feeling specifically 3. So if you want to skip this part, you can. But if you want more confirmation on these 3 people, then you can stay. So for the first person in group 2's energy, what did this first person, the Emperor energy, what did they do to my group 2 exactly? Oh my gosh, that's way too many. You know what? I'll just take them. So for the first person, yeah, Ten of Pentacles reversed. This could have been a family unit you were in, or this is someone who tried to kind of shake your foundation. And if you resonate with this being just one person, we will stick with the fact that if it's one person, this person just fronted that they had a lot of money. This person fronted that they'd be a wonderful family person, but they were not. So this feels like marriage. And the Five of Pentacles reversed. So that being on the other side tells me that this person, again, just tried to hide their Five of Pentacles energy, their lack mindset, their lack of whatever it was, their lack of money. They couldn't take care of you or a family if they even wanted to. Personal protection reversed. This person tried to remove your personal protection And I'm hearing probably tried to steer you away from your own spiritual beliefs in order to have control over you. And the mouse scrutiny in the reversed makes it seem like they took away your personal power, but they made it seem like they were not scrutinizing you, but they were just leading you in the right direction. But they were scrutinizing you, and they were trying to harm you, to have control over you. With the dolphin breath upright, they seem like the kind of person that would tell you that you're overreacting, you need to calm down because of something that happened to you in your past, or like this is just your trauma coming up, you just have PTSD. This feels very gaslighting and annoying is what seems like for either this first person or the person this represents. The cleansing and the frog in reverse, they made you feel like you had nothing to cleanse. They made you feel like this stagnant. They wanted you to be stagnant. They wanted to tell you to breathe, calm down, just follow my lead. No, you shouldn't no, you shouldn't do tarot. No, you shouldn't connect to your intuition. That's evil. This is what it's giving. And with the Wheel of Fortune upright, this person they either wanted you to see them as the Wheel of Fortune upright, or they wanted to change the trajectory of your life, or see if they could. And again, the Knight of Wands in the sideways position, they are someone who had wandering eyes. They are someone who was very flirty, but maybe tried to hide it from you with other people, or they were very loosey-goosey, like they were your friend, but they were also your enemy's friend, or very like bleed over energy. So then I'm just going to pull one card if this resonates as multiple people for you. So please give me 3 more cards. Give me 3 more cards representing who these people are and what they did. Give me 3 cards, each card a separate person. One person with the snail tried to slow you down. For the next person, who is it? The record keeper reversed. And who's the third? And what'd they do? A lot came out for that. So, like, the general consensus of this whole reading and these people, if they're different people, all had to do with someone slowing you down, told you to slow down, tried to build you like a pressure cooker. And for some other people in this, for your haters or your enemy, the record keeper reverse seems like they are someone who definitely spins the narrative. And for the third person, a bunch of cards came out for them. 3 of Cups reversed is third party. Could have tried to get you not to celebrate your positive. So your positive things could have been a group, a celebration. You thought you had this nice friend group. But all this has to do also with the 2 of Wands reversed in this group. So these are people that knocked you off your balance. With Ladybug reversed, there's that fortune energy again, gratification wishes reversed. They tried to stop your wishes. They wanted to stop your gratification, and they wanted to change your fortune or siphon your fortune. With the Page of Cups reversed, for some reason I've seen marriage. So they might have wanted to stop a marriage or something. Page of Cups reversed, again, with this suffocating kind of energy. And these are people who did not have their own creative ideas. And these are people that are toxically, like, younger than you, but they don't have to be, like, immature energies. And the 4 of Pentacles reversed, these are people that are in a scarcity mindset, but they wanted you to believe that you couldn't be more than you are, and they didn't want you to believe that you are who you are. And the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Pentacles upright. So for the energy of, like, what they tried to do is they tried to stop your creative projects. They didn't want you to monetize them. They wanted you to stop working on what you were working on, and I'm glad you didn't. When I split the deck, I see Raven Magic and Willpower. So you're definitely someone who uses magic for protection already, and you manifested and protected yourself from these people with magic. So if you stayed this far, let's get into the protection and defensive work where you can aim your magic to hit them in a way where they cannot hit you. Like, find their weak point so you can protect them from what they are trying to do, or at least find where they're aiming at, where they're aiming from, if that makes sense. Alright, so where can group 2 aim their defensive magic for the most protection and for the most powerful outcome they're looking for? Where can they aim their defensive magic at these people? Where can they aim this defensive magic to protect their auric field? Where are they throwing the rocks from? Where can they aim? Where exactly are they doing it? Where are they throwing the rocks from? Where are they throwing the rocks from? Where are they throwing the rocks? Where are they throwing the rocks? Okay, so we have, they are throwing the rocks. I'll just tell you the cards first. So we have Caterpillar, 4 of Pentacles again. This is like the 3rd time this card came out, and it's in the sideways. Again, we have the Hawk, Ace of Swords sideways, and then we have the Bald Eagle, the Emperor sideways. And these cards, they're sideways, but if it makes sense, it's like the heads of the birds are closest to each other and their feet are away. So this feels like your defensive magic needs to be focused on where you know they have the least amount of, like, where they're trying to attack you materially. You need to focus on pointing your rod at where they have a scarcity mindset. And it seems as if they were doing all this is because they have a scarcity mindset. They have to have it with something. So with each individual person, this could have been about, you need to aim your defensive magic and protect your material and protect exactly what you think they were after. So I think you already do that, so this is definitely a confirmation that your magic is coming through the reading. So you are someone to protect your mental state, and also I'm seeing like freezer jar or like stalling, and also cloaking yourself. So with the Ace of Swords sideways and the Emperor sideways, these people or person relies on watching you, giving you evil eye through your images, videos, just online in general. And likely you don't really, I don't think you feel this too much, but like you'll feel them in your energetic field and you'll think about them and it will irritate you. So I feel like that's basically the most of what this person is doing, because their energy is coming from jealousy and surveillance. So with the Emperor being sideways too, and the Ace of Swords sideways, you need to do a shut up spell or do something where they stop gossiping about you, and also cloak yourself from this person. So whatever, if you've already done that, that's perfect. And also the Devil being in reverse for where it's coming from, where to aim your rod. This person could see that you're getting out of toxicity, or this person could see that This person could be painting you in a light that your healing is not real. And also, they could have a facade of not being the toxic devil that what they had done to you. So you could definitely do a truth spell. And if they have a ton of flying monkeys, because that's probably why I was getting multiple like people, but like one main energy, and then seems like smaller people in the background. So you could also aim your rod at the story they're spinning, because this is about communication and watching. Or I'm also hearing there could be someone who is a mutual friend that you need to blindside, and if they ask you probing questions, you need to throw them off the scent. So this is communication with people. You feel people moving in the fog, but you might not know that this person has mutual friends who is friends with you. So keep that in mind. With the Ten of Swords sideways, this person, like, they're throwing rocks at your healing, and they want you to have deep wounds and betrayal. Like, if you're someone who resonates with having new friends and new partners, and you're someone who is manifesting a better life, they could be watching you because it upsets them that their betrayal didn't work because it's sideways. So they're trying to open up those wounds somehow. Maybe, again, with that mutual energy, they're trying to work with someone else that's sort of an acquaintance or a mutual energy of yours. Could be a family member. The next card we have is Porcupine. We have Quiet Ferocity, Storytelling, Ancestral Wisdom. I think we had that earlier. So, again, this is another thing pointing towards communication and storytelling. This person probably has this whole story about you and what happened, and it's like people are listening to them for some reason, and they're like, oh, pile 2 is so bad for hurting you, blah blah blah. But with the Queen of Wands in reversed, you need to focus your energy on their feelings and on their anger, because these people or this person has an anger problem. So definitely focus your energy on like their anger and their outbursts, because in order for the people around them to see like what they actually did to you, this person's going to have a mask slip of anger and just rage. And it seems like behind closed doors they show it, and this could be that other person too. It's focus on that attention seeking energy and make it apparent to others, that attention seeking energy, that jealous energy, that male centered energy for this other person. Or if it's the same person, just focus on their explosive emotions. And if they're a cheater, focus on that coming out, that they're a cheater, like they cheated on you, because that's the truth. And it seems like they're spinning the story that you cheated or you did something, but in reality it seems like they cheated on you or they harmed you in a way, and it could have been physically for some of you, and they could have tried to bind you to them, is what I'm seeing. So for y'all specifically, definitely connect to your ancestors and aim your wand at their responsibilities, because I don't think there's someone who is as responsible as they say they are, but you can give them more responsibilities to focus on. So you can focus your magic on giving them stuff to focus on and not focus on you, which distracts them from the view of what you're doing. Also, we have the healing card here, the Kookaburra, and we have the Knight of Wands reversed on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Death card in reversed on the other side. So This is someone who does not want to lay to rest what happened between y'all. But if you can focus on, so however they're throwing rocks at you, you can focus on, so if they're coming off as the, oh, I did everything for them, and I'm actually the not toxic one, and like it seems like the whole thing here, if you haven't already, your defense magic needs to have a sharper tone to it. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, you can always just have the intention of, if they leave me alone, then it stops. But if they continue, they're going to get hit by my quills, and it's going to affect them. That's just defensive magic. So this person doesn't want to come off as a predator, but they are. So you could focus on that as well. If you need someone specific to see it, then have your intention of showing that specific person. And if your intention is, like, this seems like sharper defensive work. Like if they come from this angle, they get hit by this quill. If they come from this angle, they're going to get hit by this quill. So this is saying have quills for your finances and your material success, and also for what you're spending your money on. Have quills towards your friend group, your family, your house, your home. You need to have protection on all sides, but you need to make sure that the protection makes them say, ow, like that hurt, so they don't do it again. And if they do it again, it happens again. So also protect your mental state, because that's what they're trying to attack. They want you to feel like you're not shit, and they want you to feel like you're lesser than them, pretty much, and you needed them. So your magic needs to focus on defense of your mind, defense of your material, defense of your job, defense on your future plans for sure, and cloaking. Cloak yourself for sure from these people and this person, and cut off whoever you need to, even if it's sad and you know they're connected. Somehow they're getting energy filtered through something, and you need to figure out who they're connected to, what they're connected to, and where that information is being filtered from. Also, with the healing card coming out here, they want to affect your healing from them, and they want you to feel like you're still stuck. So definitely have your magical practice do with healing your mental state, because this feels like bad gaslighting, like confusing energy, just bad, just in general bad. So, and the first pile seemed more like gaslighting in the way of manipulating them, but this feels more gaslighting in the way of manipulating the narrative. So, and trying to affect your healing and moving forward from them, almost as if they want to stop your progress and make you hurt because you're doing better without them, and that really hurts their ego. So that was your reading, group number 2. Thank you all for watching and for y'all's support. Let me know who this person is down below, because this person just seems like cocky, and just, they have like a victim mentality, but they still want to come off as strong. But they seem to have power over something, like they seem to be a boss, or maybe an ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, father, something. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and have a good day. And I hope that it resonated. Let me know down below if y'all seem like you've already done some work, and let me know if you had any confirmations down below. And thank you all for subscribing, and the likes and the support. Stay blessed and have a good rest of your day. All right, welcome in group number 3. And I don't think I ever say that phrase, so I'm going to start off like I've done with every pile. I'm not going to pull any cards yet, but I'm just going to tune into the energy of the image and also what the image tells me about you and about the person you ask about, and I will share anything that comes to me. So it is funny to say welcome in because the image is of a trunk with rot coming out of it and the bugs in the eye in the keyhole. So this energy feels definitely heavy. This is, and I'm seeing the roots that are attached to the box. I think that you're tired of dealing with whatever this is. But the point is that that box is locked and it's shut, but whatever is inside wants you to unlock it. I think that you're someone who is in some really heavy and dense energy right now. So if you haven't took the time to breathe, just slowly, just to be one within yourself. I would definitely just encourage you to do it right now, like as I am breathing out, because I think that that's definitely a message that's coming through from your team, from spirit, is definitely like just sit down and breathe. This is bubbling, stagnant, rotting energy you're asking about. And the picture shows that along the horizon you don't see anything else but this box. So this is something that is deep rooted into the ground, into yourself, into your root chakra. I've seen this is something that has affected and is affecting your foundation. Whoever this is, whatever this energy is you're asking about, this enemy has affected your foundation, or they want to. They really want you to open that box. But just know, group 3, that this person is rotting in their own energy. Because the box is shut and locked, I don't think that you have opened the box. And if it was open before, you've shoved that energy into this box or this place within your psyche and within your subconscious. So, yeah, definitely getting the message of breathing and cleansing, like washing this dirt from your spirit, from your soul, deep within the roots. I just heard from the very beginning, like you experienced it from the very beginning. I've heard some of you from your lineage, people that were supposed to be your caretakers. This is rotten within spirit, mind, body, and spirit. This is an energy that has known you since you were younger, or at least for longer than a year. And whatever this is, they're somehow deeply rooted within your subconscious or within your life. And I'm getting an image of a rattlesnake in a jar. And the rattlesnake can talk. And it's talking to you. And it says, "Don't worry, you can open the jar. I'm not going to hurt you." But its rattles are just making so much noise. So this person feels very pissed that they're in this box, they're locked away. This also resonates with putting this person in a box, like for your defense magic. Do not open it again. This is making me think of those boxes that people seal with wax, and they seal the unclean, or I guess you don't always have to seal like an evil spirit in there, but you can seal something in there. This seems like it's telling you to seal this energy away and bury it and never ever dig it back up again. And with the box being above the ground in this picture, this is something that you have put in a box, but it's still active within your psyche, and it's something that stinks, and it's something that's rotting. You smell it and you see the bugs. It's making you feel sick or negative inside. This other person's rotting energy and malice towards you, and the things that they've caused in your root chakra, in the beginning stages of your life, in your foundation, is affecting you energetically, not because they are able to physically harm you, but because their energetic signature still stinks. And they would love for you to open that box. So there's something here about, before I even pull anything, like defensive magic you can do, sealing them in a box I'm seeing, and sealing it with wax and burying it in the ground, or freezing them, but I'm mostly seeing give it to the earth and let it decay. So I'm seeing using something organic, such as an apple, a lemon, anything that will rot, and put it in some kind of a box or a jar. You can even slightly open it, like slightly open the jar and bury it, is what I'm seeing, to help make it rot. Or you don't have to use a jar or a box. You can use something that rots, but I keep seeing a wooden box or some kind of box that you need to seal this energy up in and let it rot. Let the earth take care of it. Let the bugs take care of it, the maggots. Let the malice eat itself and get neutralized by, I heard, Mother Earth. And I just want to say, like, I feel this energy is heavy and it just reeks. And somehow it's still in your sight. Somehow it's still in communication with you. Somehow that whatever is inside that is rotting with the eye watching you, it can still see you through a little crack. So there is still an energetic I heard tightrope. That doesn't even make any sense, but it could make sense to you. Like, this person can still get access to you through a tightrope. There's still that tiny string of connection to you. So I'm hearing cord cutting, giving it to the earth, letting the river take it. I'm seeing someone's point of view in a river cleansing, swimming in a river, natural body of water, to take this energy off you, because man, it is heavy. It is heavy in the core. It's heavy in the body. It's really dragging you down. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the cards, and for y'all, I'm going to ask what they did first. And when I look down, I see the moon, the owl, on one of the cards. So this is murky energy, this is hidden energy, this is confusion. This feels like this could be a mentally ill person. I just got cold chills. Ooh. This feels like a mentally ill, confused person. You cannot help this person. Like, I'm getting cold chills like all over me. And I'm thinking about showing y'all like my cold chills just because you can see them. But I'm getting like cold chills like up my arms, my back. Like this feels like whoever you're asking about, they are either severely mentally ill, or they've worked with some things that they have lost their vessel. Like, they could be in spirit, halfway in spirit, but it's taken them. Whatever it is that's eating them up is taking them. They are eat up with malice. I see a dark room. They don't like fresh air. Maybe they don't they don't bathe, they don't cleanse. They really want to pull you into that box really bad. They want to touch you. Like, I don't know what that's about. They want to rub that rot on you and hope it takes root. Oh my gosh. Like, I had to put the cards down just to tell you those downloads. So in the very beginning, before I started to hit record, I did notice the Tower card. It was in the upright in the deck, and it just really stuck out to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if I was shuffling and it came out. But I want to know what this person did. And you can skip this, because I think for some it may be very triggering, because this feels like, again, I'm getting the cold chills. I'm getting the cold chills. This is like embedded into the psyche, whatever this person did. I heard cold, calculated, sick, devouring, a void that devours, a void that's consuming them, a void that's rotting them. What did this person do? Could also represent a sour jar or a type of jar you did already. Alright, what did this person do? I'm going to pull some of my symbols cards, because I didn't do that with the first group, but what did this person do? I'm seeing the cross in my mind's eye. Okay. They wanted to affect your faith in the divine. They wanted to make you as sick as them. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you the cards I got. Bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Wands reversed on one side, and we have Record Keeper on top, which is the Whale card. And then we have Firefly, 6 of Wands, which came out before I finished my question. So you are someone who is shining your inner light. You're someone who's winning right now. And I don't believe that you are with this person or around this person, but this person did something to you in the past, and they are just eat up. They're eat up with something, and they just wish you would open that box. They just wish you would let them have contact with you so they could deliver some kind of final blow, or just take your light. They are, like, I'm hearing like disgustingly focused on you. So we have Mouse Scrutiny upright. So this person talked down to you at some point, scrutinized every move you made. Nothing you did was good. You weren't good. You didn't look good. They might have even called you names, like made you feel ugly. They made you feel stupid. They made you feel crazy. They made you, oh my gosh, I'm even hearing like making fun of your, like, you could be neurotypical, and they could have made fun of the way you learn, and they could have made fun of like your memory. This feels like someone who has known you for a long time, and they are someone who loves just, this person grabs onto people and just wipes their rot onto them, hoping it'll tear them down. And with the breathe reversed, that's pretty crazy, because I kept like breathing, grounding. This is someone who doesn't want you to be relaxed. This is someone who wants to drive your cortisol up the wall. They want you to feel tired. They want you to feel overworked and nothing's good enough. They do not want you to take a breath. They are heavy. they affected your relaxation, they affected your breath, and I just had an image of someone choking someone. So this is someone who affected your voice, your throat chakra, root chakra. They attacked key points in your chakra system. They affected your chakra system heavily, and they threw them out of whack. Because right after that we have cleansing, and then we have this cluster of cards that fell on top of cleansing. So this person wanted you to, let me just look at these other cards that's touching the cleansing card and branching out. So we have Page of Pentacles reversed, and that's quest for wisdom, and it could be an abundant harvest, it can be conserving energy, and that's in the reverse. So this is someone who never wanted you to relax. They wanted you to constantly be spinning the wheels mentally and physically. So this is someone who tried to wear you down at a vulnerable place. Either you were young, you were a kid. This person wanted to wear you down, wear down your self-worth. And the next card that's on top of that Page of Pentacles card is, and if you even think about it, it's the Camel card that represents the Page of Pentacles, and they hold their water on their back. They wanted to suck you dry of, I heard primordial waters. So that because that's the beginning, that's the start. So for some of you, primordial water is important. It's the water in the beginning. It's the beginning of everything. It's the beginning of creation. Something to do with the beginning. Before you were even you, we have, on top of that, we have the puffin, which is the penguin, and it's the Fool, and it's in reverse. So childlike wonder, trust, freedom, free fall, reversed. So if you resonate being younger, whatever this person did, they told you your plans were stupid, they weren't going to work, and they took your childhood away from you. You have been through some heavy stuff. There's a song that's coming through me. Let me think. The lyrics that are coming out is pretty dark, but it's, have you ever had your childhood taken from you? Have you ever felt someone's life have you ever felt someone's soul leave their body through a knife wound? So this person is incredibly violent. And I just feel this drop of heavy energy, the cold chills. This person just has so much malice. They would do anything to pull you into the sludge and suffocate you. And I am so happy for you, pile number 3, that these 6 of Wands came out, and you are very strong. I'm seeing a hand on someone's back and shoulders. You know how when someone's sitting somewhere and they're kind of hunched over and they're sad, and I see this hand and spirit just sit beside you and put their arm around you. Your spirit team is right next to you, and I don't know what this person has done or why their sludge is still dirty on your spirit or how they're still connected to you. But I want you to know, I see this masculine figure with the hand around you. It could represent, because I saw the cross, it could represent a religious figure, it can represent Jesus, it can represent a masculine figure that's on the other side that is protecting you and consoling you. And I just heard, man, I don't know, this is pretty I don't even know the words for this pile, but I'll tell you exactly what I hear. They're saying, I know you can't see me, and I know you don't know I'm there, but I see every single tear that you're crying. And I want you to know that I'm right here with my arm around you. And think that's why I'm feeling these cold chills like on my upper shoulders and back. And I see this figure, and I'm seeing you sit, or seeing someone sit on the edge of a pier, and the sun is like setting. And also I see sitting on a bed, so that could represent like reflection when you're at night, reflection when you're alone. Again, more things about water. You need to spiritually cleanse your energy. And I don't know who this masculine figure is. It could be a father, some kind of uncle, an ancestral figure. I think you know who this is. This is someone you talk to or miss. When you think about them, they're right next to you. When you're sad and you're crying, they're putting their arm around you and they're holding you close. And with the image, this also makes me think of ancestral line. Like there's a part of your ancestral line that is rot. And there was some kind of masculine figure that's in your auric field, in spirit, who they see everything you go through, but I swear that's why I keep seeing the cross. Like, you use your faith, and that's why you are in the Six of Wands energy. But this disgusting sludge is still attached to your auric field, and it's something deep-rooted, and it's going to be hard to clear out. And that's the last thing this person, this energy, I almost said entity, that is attached to, I heard the bloodline, your energy being sent to you by someone, or this is someone from your past, your childhood, a brother, a sister, a mother, a stepmom, a stepdad, that has put you in this sludge energy. What they have done, and I needed to stop to tell you that there's this masculine energy around you at all times. And you may resonate with feeling those cold chills around the upper parts of your arms and your back and your upper parts of your shoulders. It's because they are embracing you and holding you. And I'm just feeling drawn to tell you, you're doing an amazing job. Please do not look back. Even though the roots might try to grab you by the ankles, do not turn around. Do not look at that chest anymore. The chest may try to branch out and wrap its roots around your leg and pull you under the ground, but I'm seeing an image of someone cutting those roots, cutting it. I'm hearing cord cutting. You are in severe need to cord cut. You are in severe need to cut off this energy and pray to whoever it is you believe in. And you are being watched over by this masculine energy. They just keep coming through. I just keep seeing them holding you, putting their arm around you. For some of you, it is a father in spirit, and as I say that, I'm getting those cold chills again. They know and saw everything that happened, and they see it now. And this is amazing. Like, I'm feeling like you've dreamed of this person in spirit, it's like this person in spirit's like interrupting me talking about what this person did to let you know they saw, they see, they're protecting you, but they really don't want you to look behind you, even though it's hard and you feel the weight in your heart and soul, in your feet. It feels like chains, like ball and chain is how it feels. And it's like the roots are holding on to that ball and chain and trying to drag you back to look at it in the eye. It wants you to stare at it. It wants to have this stare down with you. I'm seeing like an image of a siren singing you back. But it's whatever's in there is ugly. But they want you, this negative enemy, this person wants you to stay stuck in that energy like quicksand and suffocate your light, suffocate your voice, suffocate your cleansing. And I'm going to keep going forward. So they stopped you from your childlike freedom. And I just keep hearing that song, Have You Had Your Childhood Taken From You? And when I remember that song, actually I will look at it. I want to tell you what that song is. I heard, and more lyrics of that song are coming through. It says, what is it? I think it goes, I've been in front of a knife and in front of a gun. I have no fear. So I'm going to try to find that song for you because I think it's important. If you've never heard it, you might relate. Sorry, y'all, I'm still thinking. I might pause it while I'm trying to find it, so hang on, I'm going to try to find this song. Oh, I didn't find the song yet, but more lyrics that are coming through is I grit my teeth and do my time, and I watch this world just pass me by. And I just sit and wonder why everything that I touch dies. So that could really relate to this person, this sludge energy trying to attach to you and pull you down with it. So this could be someone that's doing time in jail for what they have done to you. This is someone who's either in spiritual jail or actual jail, prison, doing time. They're doing some kind of time, and that definitely relates to the trunk in the middle of the field in the image. And it's about time, doing time, rotting in a cell, like behind bars, but they try to watch and reach their energy out to you in some way, shape, or form. So let me find the song and I'll be back. Okay, so I found the song. It's by King 810. It's a pretty violent song, and it's by this creator named David. He is from Flint, Michigan, and he sings about like really hard times that he's been through in the past and the violence that he's endured and had to protect himself from. And so I'll read some of the lyrics to you. So this says, some of the lyrics I'm feeling drawn to read are, I tried talking to you about peace, I quit. They only want to hear about the beast. Well, sit, open your ears and close your eyes, and I'll try to tell you how it feels to fry. Taking a bullet feels like being set on fire, and the knife blade feels ice cold. And I see things when I sleep at night no author could describe with words. And I've went to bed hungry and I've fought for my life, and when the chips are down, there's no backing down. I try to explain it, it just drives me insane because I become so overwhelmed. And what other lyrics are here? This is basically a song about protecting yourself from like super violent, like being in complete violence. And for some of you, this is going to be like more intense than others. This could represent having to protect yourself at all times, because how the song starts off, it says, put your back against the wall, ready your weapons, tonight they try to kill us all, but we won't let them. If I should fall, tell my mother that I tried, and I'll do the same for you if you die. 'Cause when the chips are down, there's no backing down, and when the chips are down, there's no backing down. Who's gonna stop us now? So you are someone who has, on the different scales of things, you're someone who has escaped serious violence and serious harm. And for some of you, this is going to be lighter than others. You may have actually been in a gunfight. You may have actually had to deal with being harmed and shot and cut. And whoever's doing the time now, either physically or spiritually, that's who this person's about. So whoever this is, they try to inflict serious harm on you. And I'm getting more like insight from that creator, because when he was a kid, in some of his songs, he talks about how he had to fight for his life when he was a kid. So this feels like you grew up in a serious, like, I heard like trap house, crack, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say those drugs, but like all those drugs, like street drugs. I'm hearing all the street drugs. I'm hearing like being robbed. I'm hearing like feeling like you weren't wanted at a certain point when you were most vulnerable and small, and you had to protect yourself when you were vulnerable and small. So yeah, this is someone whoever inflicted this upon you, or tried, or wished it, or just whatever that they've done. It just feels like even if some of y'all the scale is lighter than others, it's still really bad. So we have echidna, personal protection, on top of the Fool reversed. This is someone who took away your protection. This is someone who they could have made you feel like they were going to protect you, and they totally did not, and they took advantage of your weakest points. Psychically, mentally, bodily. And then we have the pufferfish, the 9 of Cups. So what they did is they attacked your will, they attacked your wishes, they attacked your dreams. They told you were nothing, and they may have seriously physically harmed you or wanted to and was stopped. And there is someone in spirit who, I'm feeling like you have PTSD, because whoever this is, they're severely deranged. Whoever this enemy is, severely deranged. Like, there is no amount of purification that can be done for this person, and I feel like this rage that they were stopped, this rage they were caught, and that you got away. And you know what burns them up even more? When that Firefly card came out, because it's the 6 of Wands, and they've always seen that inner light that you've had, and they always wanted to snuff it out. They wanted to take advantage of it and harm you. They wanted to make you like them. They wanted to make you tormented in the spirit like they are. Like, this is serious mental illness and spiritual sickness. Like, this is rough. Like, and again, from that song, when I was saying that they were decaying, let me see. I don't even know if it might be. I think it's from the same song. Okay, another song's coming out now, and I'm hearing "This Place Is Eating Me Alive." And I think I'm getting 2 songs mixed up, so I'll be back. Okay, I found the other song, and from all of these songs that are coming through, this person that you're asking about is in jail. They're rotting in a cell, or they're rotting in spiritual prison. Because this next song, the name is Murder, Murder, Murder by King 810. And I want to read the part that started playing in the download. So let me see where I want to start, because I saw the cross in the beginning. So there is a lot of like religious themes within this. So this person may have came off like just, this person has done such psychological damage to you. If it's not physical, it's just such dark psychological damage. So then the song they do talk about it. So give me a second and I will find where that part is at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just read it from the top. So this could be representing this person or what you went through, and this could be graphic for some viewers because this is I haven't even got to the karma, and I just know that it's bad for this person. So I'm going to go ahead and read this, and I hope if this is like triggering, you've skipped it. But this says, Father, what's the issue with your children? They're acting like they're convicts, like I won't effing kill them. They act like I'm like them. I'm not one in a billion. I'm the devil's son. I have no effing feelings. So this person could have acted as if they had no feelings, no remorse, no guilt. And then this says, your skin tightens up at the sight of a blank. My conscience giving up on saying how I should be living. I know I need to change. I'm ready, God willing. But I gave more than I took. I only took the cards they're dealing. And it says, oh, would you kill? Would you kill? You say you can, you say you will. Are you real? Are you real? Are you ready for that cage of cold steel? So this person, there's like this theme of being in jail and prison. And the rest of the lyrics are, my soul is scattered across the street, the city is in pieces. It's fed upon by the roaches and the rats and the leeches. I've participated in offing someone. I'm trying to be careful with my words here. And doing so, it's left me sleepless. I put my hands together and I kneel and pray to Jesus. Oh, you should pray too. Pray that his jams up, because I've done this before. I'll clam up. So this says, I don't know if I should leave this in because it's just so violent, especially when I'm asking about what this person did. And I hope that you skipped this if this is triggering. But David also talks about his own struggle within living in these conditions and having to pay ultimate price and like protecting yourself from someone like this. And in order to protect yourself, basically, you have to protect violently to protect yourself. So this is something for some of y'all that ended pretty violently and psychologically has left scars. And I'll see what else is here to read. This says, Mother effer, are you tough? That ain't enough. You've gotta rust every place that I touch. Would you off someone? You say you can, you say you will. So this is about, so in the song, David's someone who has been through that horrible, violent type of life growing up. Since he's from Flint, Michigan, and you could be from the same place, and you could also listen to that artist. So, from what I'm gathering, like 90% of y'all, this person is in jail. For some of y'all, they didn't get to do all that stuff to you. Feels very close proximity, like a family member, sibling, and stuff like that. So, let's keep going with how they affected you. We have the Neptune card upright and the sigil of Atlantis sideways and Dicomio reversed. So I'm going to read about Dicomio really quick. Okay, and for some of y'all, it may not have been that violent, but I just feel like for most of y'all, you've experienced some form of violence from this person. This person is a complete void. This person is, I'm like 98% sure for most of y'all, is in jail or some kind of spiritual jail. Or if they are on the other side, they are locked in a spiritual rotting box. And I'm seeing that's their punishment. So I'm going to read these last few cards about what they did. And well, record keeper, you have vivid memories of all this stuff this person did. And I definitely don't want to encourage you to listen to those songs if it would be triggering. But and within the song, he's also talking about his own struggle with violence. So, um, I heard religious cult. You could have been in some kind of a religious cult, or this person came off as if they were. I heard they had some kind of like God complex or savior complex or holy complex, even though they had these violent tendencies. And I just know, I just have this feeling most of y'all experienced this young. Either if it didn't happen to you, you watched something like this unfold. And it's something that you can't forget it, and it will always affect you. But I just keep getting that figure of that masculine on the other side that's holding you. And they will definitely want to let you know that they want you to see how far that you've walked ahead of this box, this rotting energy. And that story of, I don't remember what story, but I'm getting like biblical references like where he wasn't supposed to look back at his wife, but he did, and he looked back at the town and his wife turned to a statue of salt. But I don't exactly remember the full story, but I'm getting that energy. So I'm just getting this message to please keep walking forward, because you are winning over all of this. And actually them watching you with their little eyeball through their cage, it burns them up, and it makes that process hurt even worse. So this person definitely caused you confusion. They definitely gave you like they affected your mental state. I think you have nightmares a lot, night terrors. You have to be careful about things that trigger your PTSD. And with the sigil of Atlantis in the sideways position, this is more about water. You need to do spiritual bath cleanses, and definitely if you don't already talk to someone, you should talk to someone, even if you feel like it's stupid and it won't help, because it will. Because I just keep seeing that masculine energy saying that it's okay to open yourself up to a professional. And every single time I see this image, you're by yourself. So you are someone who is terribly just not letting anyone in. You might not even talk about this trauma, but you need to talk about this trauma, because knowing that this loved one on the other side is next to you is comforting. But I'm getting told to tell you that you need someone standing in front of you to talk to you, someone who makes you feel safe. You need to talk about this. You need to talk about the heavy weight you're carrying, because it's making you sad, and it's making you drag your feet and look behind you. And not everyone in the world has this disgusting animal within them that wants to devour. I heard innocent things, like helpless things, just to devour, and a bottomless pit of devouring and scratching and thrashing and just thrashing and gnashing and just beating the inside of that box, screaming, screeching. Like, not every person you meet is going to be like that. And I hope that whoever's watching this, you are talking to someone about this. So this person has tried stopping you they want you to not cut the cord. They want you to remember all the things they did always and never forget, which, this is something that, these are things that cause PTSD within people. But the thing is, it makes you stronger, mentally powerful, for you to overcome something like this and come out the Six of Wands. They wanted you to think they won over you, and they took away your power and your clarity. But, I mean, look at the image. Who's inside the box? It's not you. It's not you. So it's okay for you to walk away. And these experiences you could use to help other people and lead them forward that have had similar violent experiences as you have. And you could also, I feel like encouraging you to make videos, even if you don't show your face, to help people move forward after going through something similar like this, because you could really help people. I already see that you have that inner light shining on the outside, but your voice and your story could actually help people who have turned their light off since whatever had happened to them similar to what happened to you. So like I feel this urge from that passed over loved one or energy to tell you to tell your story and encourage people who have been through the same to let their light shine, because after things like that, some people may shut off their light and never turn it on again. So let's get into the karma. So let's get into the karma for this sick person. Oh my gosh, they don't want you to know. Black Swan did come out. Because my cards won't come together to shuffle. It's like they're locking the message out. Like they don't want me to tell you really what the karma is. They want to feel like they want you to think they stole your light that can never be repaired. But that's just not true. It makes us become stronger, whether people like it or not. So let's see, what is the karma for what this person has done to my group 3? What is this person's karma? Clarify 3 of Cups. Clarify Hippopotamus. What's their karma? What's their karma? It is very quick. This is karma that is swift. We have 2 kangaroo cards from different decks. What is this person in the box of karma? Oh my gosh. Okay. This made me really happy. Okay, so this made me very happy because we have the 3 of Cups with the penguin. And then clarifying, we have Spider High Priestess. We have Hummingbird 4 of Wands reversed. And we have 9 of Wands upright. So if this person is not in jail, you're like on the lesser end of the spectrum of this reading, where maybe you saw the violence that wasn't like seriously like as serious as it could be for some. This is someone who it's affecting their groups, family. This is affecting anybody who was close to them before. So they have nothing to celebrate. I'm seeing that tight, small box. They can't even fit in it. And clarifying the 3 of Cups is with the Spider and the High Priestess. So you know in some way what this karma is. You feel it. You're sensitive. The 4 of Wands reversed. There is no rest for this person. So this person's going to work and work and work, and they're never going to rest, just like they tried to do to you. They're never going to have a fable? Why'd I say fable? That could resonate for some of you. They're never going to have a stable foundation, especially once you get into the higher, worse spectrum of this reading. So like if they're in the worser spectrum, more intense spectrum for what they did, it's going to affect their foundation forever. They're always going to have to be in the 9 of Wands energy. No one's going to want to be close to them. They're going to be alone. Always alone. They are I'm getting like a rabid animal, like just attacking everything that comes near it. Like, you know, that's the energy they're in. With the scorpion energy and that Nine of Wands, just try stabbing their stinger at anything that comes close. Like, they're always going to have to be defensive. They're always going to have irritation. They're never going to be able to slow down. They're never going to have a foundation like they had in the past because they ruined it. Their intuition's going to be affected. They're always going to feel watched. You will always be protected from this person, and I'm seeing like a spider in a web. Like, you might see the box, but the energetic heaviness you're feeling and looking back and thinking about this is this person thinking about you heavily. Like, this is this person pulling on your energy, and their karma definitely is going to go off when you energetically cut that cord. And I mean, if you think about them, they're not going to know, but there's a lot of stuff here about cleansing and cutting cords and protecting your crown chakra. And the next card we have is hippopotamus. Hippopotamuses are extremely violent, and they will eat a crocodile. I think they eat a crocodile or alligator. They'll eat alligators. Like, they are being devoured by their consequences, and you can't ignore a hippopotamus. Like, maybe if they're underwater, but in the image, the hippopotamus is emerging from the water. This is something you can't ignore. This is an incredibly violent creature that devours, and it is territorial. So I'm hearing like they could be getting in like violent fights with other people. This is something that they cannot hide about themselves, and unfortunately for everyone else they try to be around, they're always going to be a problem. And if they're not in jail already, I'm just getting they're going to end up in jail because this person is not mentally sound. So we also have the Martin here, which is fortunate tidings, camaraderie, and crown chakra. Again, with the mental illness aspect. And I'm not saying all people with mental illnesses are violent, but you have to be mentally unsound and unstable in order to do some of the stuff that I was talking about. I don't even know if I'm going to add those details in, to be honest, because I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. But if I do, then it's meant to be said. And then we have the moose, which is engagement, boldness, commanding attention in reverse. So if this is someone who, on the lesser end of the spectrum, cries wolf and pretends to be a victim, this seems like a cycle of someone who comes into someone's life, if this doesn't resonate as them being in jail, but that's how they're going to end up. So they come into someone's life, family, or something like that. It's like a cycle. They come in like they're having fun, and then their aggression comes out, and with the black swan being the grace card in reverse on top of the hippopotamus, that's the violence coming out. And this karma, like, I don't know if you've ever seen an actual video of a kangaroo in a fight. And a kangaroo can lean up on its tail and kick someone like way across the room. And they're huge. They're like 7 foot tall. So this karma is kicking their ass, like literally. Because we have the red kangaroo responsibility with the lovers in reverse in between, and then kangaroo again. So this was some kind of connection, and if they're in a connection now, it is ruined. Like, this person this karma is just whooping them, like whooping them bad. And if any of y'all comment down below and say this person is not in jail or prison, I'm going to be very surprised. But another thing, represents you, that's why I got so happy, is the cow, and that's the Empress. So you are sitting strong in your energy, abundant. You have your flowers, you have someone bringing you flowers, you could have a child, you are moving on with your life. And I'm going to tell you something, that eats this person up because they know there's something wrong with them. And I'm not saying that lightly, because the stuff I said earlier, there's definitely something wrong and twisted and like rotten. So anyway, they are having to hear stories from family, if this is family, or see you online. I do feel like they're in a cell though, like I'm gonna double, triple down on that. They are seeing that you are the Empress, and man, do they want you to open that box. And I'm just going to keep saying that. They just want to wreak havoc on your new stability and on your new abundance. And also I'm hearing again from that energy that's protecting you, you might not see yourself as the Empress, as beautiful, because this person has programmed you. Again, this might not be as violent as I had described, but this person is violent on the inside, even if they do not express it, and it's shown before. This person has tried to drag you down and drown you. They want you to see yourself as the Empress reversed, but the truth of the matter is, this energy that's around you, the positive one on the other side, this fatherly energy, light energy, like golden, bright, white, and yellow light. The hand looks like that. And they want you to know that you are the Empress. You've always been the Empress, because that's why this person was always triggered by you, even from the beginning. I'm hearing primordial waters. This could be talking about your mother, jealous mother, but if not for all of you. So take what resonates. And this person is not going to know where to lead themselves. Everything they tried to do to you pretty much is coming to light in the most aggressive way. Karma is kicking them into the ground, into the dirt. And I don't know if you've seen those videos of the hippopotamus is just tearing up those alligators. Just a whole group of hippopotamuses tearing them up. So leave them where they are and let them rot. Because you survived something that was horrific, and it eats them up knowing and seeing and knowing that you're happy worse than this karma ever could, even though it's devouring them too. But it's the fact that you got away, and you are beautiful, abundant, the embodiment of divine feminine. You have no idea how that eats someone up that wanted you to fall off. So let's get into the part for the ways you can defend yourself against this energy, because I'm feeling like they're not in your life, and this is just something that feels heavy in your spirit. And I know you don't talk to them. And I split the deck and I see Snake the Tower. So I was about to ask how to defend yourself. So your protection needs to be more aggressive, not gonna lie. And if it's not aggressive and you don't believe in that, then you need to definitely transmute this heavy, disgusting energy that they have attached to you. You need to definitely heard don't answer the call. So I don't know what that is. Don't answer the call, don't answer the apology, don't answer the text. Let me see. So for group 3's protection and defense work, what do they need to do to protect themselves from this heavy, rotting energy? What kind of protection work do they need to point it towards? A lot of cards came out. So these are the things you need to protect and put defense towards. And All right, so these are the things you need to protect and put heavy defense around. So we have the cassowary, which represents respect. So you definitely need to protect your self respect, and you need to, like, this person wants you to feel worthless. So you need to do like block busting type of energy, and because this person, I just keep seeing like the roots grabbing onto your ankle and just holding you there. They can't pull you into the box because you have to want to open it to have them pull you in. So the best they can try to do is to keep you stagnant, and the best they can do is try to stall you to make you feel like you're not worthy when you are. We have the respect card, so that's what I'm getting from the respect card. And I'm sure I'll get more later once I keep going. So we have a cluster here. We have the walrus, 8 of Cups, abandonment, escapism, true seeing. We have Ace of Wands reverse, which is the squirrel. And we have balance upright. So this is like, this person is trying to affect your balance. So again, with them wanting you to hold on to what happened and what they did, they want you to remember the mean stuff they said. So you need to do magic that restores your balance and alchemizes. I mean, even if you don't do a return to sender, you can alchemize this negative, heavy ass energy they're sending you. So you can use them like your battery. So you can use this energy to catapult you, and I'm seeing that image of the kangaroo again. Quantum leaps. So you can use this person sitting in this energy and thinking about you all the time. You can use them as your battery and siphon that energy from them because they're giving it to you. So you have the power to name it and choose where it goes. So I would look into that, like siphoning that energy and transmuting it, because this is powerful energy if you name it and tell it where to go. Interestingly, after that, I noticed that below these cards we have the Bat Rebirth, and under that card, hidden, interesting, it was like the card was flipped over on the other side. When I turned it over, it's the Oyster Catcher Concealment card upright. So this is talking about concealing yourself, concealing your rebirth from this person, protecting what you. And I'm looking at the bat, and I'm remembering how bats sometimes, I think they hold their young on their bellies, like if they're hanging upside down, they hold their young in there. So this is something about protecting your family and her daughter or child in general, or protecting something that you're growing. So this is something where you need to have your magic focus on concealing yourself from this person. And I heard do not talk about the energies you work with or the symbols you use. So if this isn't someone that did serious violent acts, it could be someone who's into darker work and they've attacked you because you're radiant, and it makes them angry because inside themselves they don't believe they could ever be that. But it does not dismiss what they did, because what I saw, no, just it doesn't. But like, you know, you just can't feel bad for someone like that. No. this per and I might have said that for a reason. This person may come to you like in the future saying, you know, I'm just sick and I can't help it. Like, do not. That is bait. And funnily enough, we have the Mouse card, which is the 3 of Pentacles. So in between the Mouse, 3 of Pentacles, the Rebirth, and the Concealment, we have Spirit, the Eagle. And I'm seeing someone burning smoke into the sky, and I'm hearing that saying of how there's some belief systems where they burn something, and while they're burning something that's smoking, they say it to spirit. So you could be someone who does things like that, having the higher point of view on this. This is definitely you needing to protect your work too. And with the Rooster Three of Wands, you are waiting for ships to come in, but you need to protect who that is shown to, at least until you birth this baby that you have, until it's solidified, documents done. I'm hearing home, like keep your home safe. Put wards in front of your door, whatever that may look like. Windows, doors, anoint. I'm hearing like all these like things you can do so bad energy can't come into your sanctuary. So put stuff up above your bed. And this is someone who really tried to deeply subconsciously root themselves into you, so you're going to have to make sure every corner is covered, every corner is anointed. You got to make sure you're keeping up with your spiritual cleanses and baths, even if that's just pouring salt water over your head. It's the point of it has to be through your own belief, because there's nothing I can really tell you that would be more powerful than your ancestors and spirit guides that would show you inside of your own mind's eye. So I'm just giving you ideas and what exactly this energy is targeting. So they're targeting your forward movement and your manifestation. They're targeting your life force and your energy to do things. You could have been feeling sluggish when you start thinking about this person, because it's a drain on your spirit. And they may want you to try to use escapism. Like, they definitely don't want you to walk away. And they don't want you to abandon them, but they want to slow you down with the Ace of Wands reversed, so they can try to stop you from moving forward and finding balance, because that's like their worst nightmare, apparently, according to this person, is them being left in the dust. So definitely protect your job. I'm hearing carry something in your pocket to protect yourself, or like a necklace. Make sure you say prayers. Like, you need to be saying prayers like as soon as you feel this energy latching on. You need to definitely pray and name that energy and banish that energy. I heard name it, banish it every time. Don't let it stagnate you. Don't let it drain you with millions of hurricane thoughts coming in about it. Tortoise we have on the bottom of the deck, and we have bear, Queen of Pentacles reverse on the bottom of the deck. This is, again, material, like working, being abundant. You could resonate with being a mama bear. Definitely protect your finances at this time, because this person seems like they want to attack your material success. They want to attack collaborations you may have, and attack the research that you receive. But this person feels more removed. Like, this is all crown chakra. So if that doesn't resonate, this could be someone talking about you and figuring out your plans to see if they can get in the way of them. So don't rush ahead. Keep your slow and steady pace, but do not stop to turn around and look at that nasty box. Definitely, again, with the home protection, the tortoise, home is where your heart is. I'm seeing someone sit down on the ground, and I heard lotus position, like ground your root into your home. Feel like, if you have to, like ground your feet into the dirt on your property. And water, like use water for cleansing, and you use like spiritual baths. Like, you have to do what your intuition is telling you to do, but the loose directions I'm getting is like using water for cleansing, grounding your feet into the earth, and knowing that this figure on the other side is with you at all times, and they see every tear you cry, and they just want you to know they have your back. And this is a energy that you're highly connected to. Like, they give you signs and synchronicities of anybody messing with your energy. So I heard pay attention to the songs, to the words, to the pictures, everything that comes into your auric field. Do not get paranoid though. This is just areas of your life you can put your magical rod to protect. So stay grounded in who you are, even though this energy definitely has affected your root chakra, crown chakra, throat, and I'm seeing your heart chakra. And it feels definitely painful. But you have to know that you are heavily protected, and if you have to just sit in it. If you have to sit in it, sit in it. If you have to give it to a higher being, give it to the higher being. But don't just sit in it and do nothing. When you sit in it, release it. When you sit in it, force yourself to cry. And if you do a return to sender, make sure you also banish this energy and cut the cord, or else you're going to have to keep doing the return to sender like a lot. You're going to have to keep doing it. So all this is saying is to protect your perimeter and banish this string and conceal yourself, conceal the rebirth, conceal it until it's solidified, and stay very connected to spirit and with prayer. Through your speech, your throat chakra is important with this. This is something you speak to be. I think that you might feel like nervous to talk about this to others, but this is saying like your voice is powerful. And if you sit in this energy, it's exactly what that negative, disgusting energy wants you to do, is sit in it and rot like it is. Even though you don't have a box around you. You can get up out of the moat at any time. You might remember the moat, but that doesn't mean you're sitting in it. What I mean is when you're sitting in it, it's when you're letting it drag you down and making you feel like, why did this happen to me? I feel like that justice is not happening to this person, and that just has negative feelings like that eats you up. So you have to know that this person is receiving heavy karma. Like, they're receiving some violent karma from the cards that I've seen. Like, this person feels more like a crocodile against a hippopotamus, and hippopotamus is the justice. So you have to know that, especially for the ones where they're in jail, like in prison, I mean, you know what happens in prison. Like, they're never going to talk about what happens in prison because, they're never going to talk about it. So you just have to know that you are the Empress. You have an amazing light, and you are winning. Like, you need to see that you are winning. First and foremost, you're winning. You're getting stronger. You're collaborating. You're going forward. And you might have these moments where you remember these times. And you also, like, I have this feeling of you missing this person on the other side. I want to encourage you to watch the movie What Dreams May Come, because, like, your loved ones are not always going to be able to say, hey, how you doing? Like, they're not always going to do that. Like, for some people, they can see the energy. For some people, they can feel it. They can hear it within their mind's eye. They get images, smells. You just have to know that they're there watching you, and actually they see a lot more than you can. So, and I know most y'all know that, but just know that they are there. This is your confirmation. They are. They see everything. And I would encourage you to just keep praying. Know that that loved one is there. And every time you cry, they're there to console you. So I don't know, within those moments of crying, you see the image of the loved one that's passed on, or you feel those cold chills across your arms, shoulders, and back. But I just want to say that because that's a confirmation that they're there, and they're feeling that with you. So I know group number 3 was super heavy, and as a closing to this, just to repeat, like, summarize, the areas to put your magic towards is to protect your self-worth, respect, keep, and for banishment to people that don't respect you. You can also do focus magic, where it keeps your eye on the prize. You can also do energetic protection and transmutation. So if this energy is siphoning you and making your Ace of Wands be in the reverse lethargic, out of balance energy, in a disassociative state, you can do magic to protect your crown chakra and send that energy back. Or there's so many things you can do in group number 3 against this energy. You can do road opening, 3 of Wands, definitely concealment spells, road opening again with the rebirth, but keeping your rebirth secret and concealed from these energies. And with Eagle the Spirit, staying connected to your spirit team and guides. Don't sit in this by yourself. Pray and speak it aloud and say what is banished, what is not welcome. Name it and ask to remove it or remove it yourself. 3 of Pentacles, protect your collaborations. Watch who you collaborate with. Always know that your dreams will come true if you keep working on something, even if it feels small at first. You just keep researching, you keep getting better, and you are already living an abundant life. You just might not feel like it right now, but you are the Empress. And with the Tortoise, again, this is just simplifying, protect your home, the entryways to your house. And with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, focus on protecting your money, knowing where your money goes. This pile definitely feels more neurodivergent, ADHD, so this person could have preyed upon your disorganization of the mind. And I don't even mean that negatively. It's just when you don't have a positive voice talking to you and helping you work how your mind is built to work, it can make you feel bad about yourself. But you actually have the ability to hyper focus on things that you really want to. You just have to be careful with that Ace of Wands reverse burnout. And you can also accidentally burn yourself out by hyper focusing on what happened with this person. And there's definitely a heavy thing here about transmutation and focusing on your finances and focusing on making sure you do your spiritual cleansing too, which is easy to forget. Making sure, if you need to do it every day, smoke your house out every day, use whatever it is you're comfortable with, open your windows, let fresh air in, let the sun touch your skin. Make sure you're doing your spiritual baths. And if you feel heavy, there's a heavy thing about using water here. So if you feel sluggish and kind of blah, I'm hearing like something simple as taking a shower, simple as drinking a lot of water, clearing out your system. But you have to have the intention within yourself of, this water is clearing out the sludge within my spirit. And you can get really creative with this. So thank you so much, pile number 3, for watching group 3. I hope this reading helped, and I hope that this reading gave you clarity, and I hope that knowing that they are getting their karma, knowing they're rotting in this box, helps you feel better, knowing that you can live on, and you have the ability to cleanse this rot from your spirit. But you can integrate this darkness and this trauma to make you stronger, make you a powerhouse. If you dive deep into this sludge, if you dive deep, not sitting with it, not letting it eat you alive, dive deep and see how it changed you as a person, and looking what you went through, how you can help be a pillar for other people who have had trauma. And I'm seeing even children would benefit from being in your energy and talking to them, being like, I've been there. And I'm hearing something like this saying where you have to climb the mountain to get to the top, but you'll never know what's at the top if you just give up and sit there and you never go. So there's this energy of you could be a wonderful psychiatrist, you could be a wonderful child therapist, and you could seriously really help people out there. And I just keep repeating that because it's true. And I really hope that this reading helped. And honestly, you encouraging people that have been through the same thing is what burns these predators up. It burns them. It burns these violent people up because they couldn't rot an innocent soul and take them with them. So I hope this resonated. Let me know down below if it did. And thank you all so much for liking and subscribing and going into this deeply with me. And I do want to give y'all in group 3 a compliment, because I can tell you're a very deep person and you're very, very strong. And I'm honored to do this reading for you. And I'm honored to be able to encourage you and let you know what this passed on loved one was trying to communicate with you. And I just want to let you know that there's so many people out there that would be thankful for you to even sit within your energy and feel this sovereign energy that you have. Like, you have no idea how many people you could help if you just, like, not open yourself up to be heard again, but encourage people that really need it and need to hear your voice. So thank you all for watching my video, and thank you all for taking the time to go deep with me and allowing me to read this energy for you. And y'all have a good rest of your day and stay prayed up, and definitely drink your water for pile 3. Smoke your energy. Sit. I'm seeing someone laying in a field, like sitting in that silence, knowing that spirit holds you at every second is what you need to know, and you're never by yourself, and your loved ones that are passed over are with you too. So thank you all so much for watching. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I know that this was a heavy, heavy reading. If you still feel heavy and kind of bleh afterwards, going deep like this, I would encourage y'all to do a spiritual bath, take a quick cold shower, run cold water in your hands and splash it on your face, and definitely breathe in this pile. Like, y'all, I'm hearing like fight or flight just always on, like, seems to be the root, is the fight or flight is always on. So I would definitely look into techniques to let your body know that you are safe, you are protected. And praying helps do this too, because you are sending that intent out. So you ask, you shall receive. So keep sending those prayers out. Do whatever your intuition's telling you to do now to solidify and cut that cord. And thank you all so much for watching. And thank you all for the subscriptions and the likes. And have a good rest of your day. Definitely stay prayed up. And I'll see you all in the next one.